Hey guys, what's up? Kyle from Cause 3D. I got my, just recently did an unboxing of my Denuo Novo Jetpack, and we had a broken thruster in there. So we're gonna do a quick video today and just do a quick repair. So we're gonna start with our super glue. I've already test fitted it. It works. It's gonna work just beautifully. Fortunately, it didn't chip out too many pieces and parts on here. I'm just going to glue this back together really nice. Like I said, the most important thing is the test fit. Give it a little pressure. And we're going to throw some kicker on there. We're going to let that set, and then we're going to move over to do some light Bondo work. So here we go. All right, we let the super glue dry, and I hit it with the sander. And I don't know if you can see or not, but there's some pretty big chunks that we're missing here. So we're actually going to use some Bondo. The first thing we're going to do is I'm taking a small piece of wax paper. I've cut it down to a small piece, and we're going to fix this little chunk here. And what I'm going to do is tape this in, and then we're going to go back and use some body filler on it. And I'm not really concerned too much. The wax paper is simply going to make it so that the tape can peel off without sticking to the Bondo once it starts to cure. All right, let's mix our Bondo up and get going. All right, we're gonna let this cure. Now, because of the shape of it and where the crack is, I did do an overfill. We're gonna slice that off with a knife here as it starts to cure, and then we'll work it from there. The Bondo is starting to set up. My leftover here is getting nice and firm, but not too firm yet. It's still a little rubbery. So we're gonna peel the tape off. We're going to get in here nicely so it's filled in well. And before, we don't have to do a lot of sanding. We're just gonna slice off. If I can do this for you in camera. I'm going to slice off just a little bit of that excess. And then we'll sand the rest of it down. So if you get too much on there, less is always best when dealing with Bondo. But if you get too much on there, you can always sand it back down. It's just more time consuming. All right, we're gonna let that finish curing the rest of the way, and then we'll move on to some sanding. I grabbed our random orbit sander. I'm using a 220 grit right now to knock the rest of this down. I keep checking my leftover Bondo over here, and it's nice and hard now. So normally I'd wear a mask for this, but since it's such a small area, I'm not going to, but you should for the dust. All right, so we're just gonna start hitting this down. Turn the speed up a bit. All right, that'll do it. And I don't know if you can see, but we've got some stuff there, we've got it fixed there, so we're actually making some pretty good progress on this. We're still going to work on this crack a little bit with some Bondo glazing here. So I'm going to clean up the interior just a little bit with some hand sanding that I'm going to do off camera real fast, and we'll get back to the rest of it. All right, now we're going to move on to some glazing here. Now, glazing isn't made to fill in large gaps and large areas. It's more for just small scratches. So I got a glove on, just going to run it along this seam, taking care not to get into the indentions there that are put it on rather thick because we're going to sand it back off. And that should do it for the crack for now. We're going to let that cure, and then we'll come back and hopefully hit it with a final sanding and get some primer back on it. Our Bondo glazing and spot putty should have cured by now. We're just going to hit it with the sander real quick. A small area here that I got in the crevice that I shouldn't have. That's all right. We'll just get that out of there. Good there. I'm using about a 350 grit right now just to clean up whatever's left here. Nice easy sanding. And we're going to move over to the paint booth. All right, a little bit of primer, and there we go. We've got it. Scene is gone. I'll give you a close-up picture here in just a second. You can tell the different color of primer, but it came out really nice. So make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll get to work on this Novo Jetpack build, and we'll get some footage of it for you and see where it takes us. So thanks again.